Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily Freybler. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing my favorite glowy makeup products. This is everything from like a dewy foundation to a lip gloss. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every single week on beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. So let's go ahead and get started. So we are heading into the warmer months of spring and summer. So I figured everyone kind of, or a lot of people want to be very like fresh, glowy, dewy around this time of year. It just like screams spring and summer to me. So I figured I would round up all my favorite products in every single category for you guys to reference. All of these are from the drugstore, so very, very affordable. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go ahead and start like with how you apply on the face. So I'm going to start with a primer, or this one is actually called the True Match Lumi Glotion. I used this in my glowy makeup tutorial, and this has been one of my favorite products for the last several months. I had tried this before, but like honestly didn't love it that much. But I used to have more oily skin, where now it's kind of more like normal to dry. So this is what it looks like. They have different shades for like fair, light, medium, I think deep as well, depending on your skin tone. This one gives a very like light glow to the face. I love putting this on as a primer before like a tinted moisturizer or a foundation or anything, and it just kind of gives you a glow from within kind of look to it, because it does have a little bit of like shimmeriness to it, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not shimmer. So you could definitely wear this alone as well and just give yourself like a very like dewy, glowy look in the spring and summer months. If your skin, is great and you just want to wear like a lotion kind of thing and just be dewy, this is beautiful. So I wear this almost every day underneath foundations, tinted moisturizer, CC cream, BB cream, all that kind of stuff. Okay, now we're gonna go into like face products, as in like foundation-y type thing. So I have two different types of products. One is a foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, and obviously this is too dark for me right now. I need a self tan, but I love this foundation and I've loved it for years. I've repurchased it over and over, especially in the winter months. But if you are more on like the dry side, or you like a really dewy look, this foundation is one of the best dewy ones from the drugstore, in my opinion. It looks like skin, but it's very healthy looking and lightweight on the face, and it's not going to be like wet on the face. Does that make sense? It's going to be very dewy, but if you set it, and then yeah, it's going to look absolutely beautiful, especially if you have like really dry skin. So if you're looking for a foundation with like medium coverage, this is the one that I would gravitate towards. Then if you're looking for like a tinted moisturizer type of thing, this is my new absolute favorite product of like the spring and summer. I am obsessed with this, you guys. This is the L'Oreal Skin Paradise Water Infused Tinted Moisturizer. I will say this is on a little bit of the pricier side for the drugstore. I believe it is like $14 or something when I got it at Target, but I'm in the shade Light 01. Obviously in the spring and summer, I'll probably bump up a shade, but this is just beautiful because it is so lightweight on the face. You can hardly feel it when it goes on, and it just gives you a beautiful wash of color. It kind of just like smooths everything out, and it's probably like light coverage, I would say. Very, very, very light medium coverage. So like if you have blemishes and stuff, they're 100% going to show through, but you could always conceal. On top of this, this is just something that I would throw on if I was going to the beach. It does have SPF 19 as well in it, so it's great for the spring and summer months. I do recommend wearing sunscreen underneath it as well, just to get that extra coverage. You can never be too safe with your skin and protecting it from the sun. But this is such a beautiful product, and I will definitely be repurchasing this when it goes out and getting a different shade for when I am more tan in the spring and summer months. Okay, next up is concealer. So I have a few hydrating concealers that I really love, but this one I always go back to. This is the Undone Beauty Conceal to Reveal palette. Now I will say I do wish they had more shades. They have a light medium shade, which I think is like a fair shade. And then this one is medium, which I think is more of a light shade. You can kind of get away with it going towards the medium side of things, but when you put it on the face, it's definitely lighter. As you can see, I love this concealer. This is from Undone Beauty, the Conceal to Reveal palette. I don't know if I said that. And I'm in the shade medium most of the time. I have a little bit of this on today, but I also layered the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I do really love that one, but if you're looking for something that's really dewy, hydrating, and glowy on the face, especially if you're not going to like set your makeup very much, this is the one for you. This Undone Beauty Concealer really is hydrating. I believe it has coconut extract in it, which if you know anything about like coconut oil and stuff like that, it's really, really, really hydrating. So I love this one, and I will continue to use it throughout the spring and summer, like I said, because of its hydrating properties. The other reason I really love it, as you can see, I usually use the medium to full coverage part, but there's a light, medium, and full. So this looks great if you are wearing no makeup, like a no makeup look. If you're just using like this tinted moisturizer and you want like a little bit of coverage on blemishes and stuff like that, this blends in beautifully with the skin, and you could use like the lighter coverage side so that it looks like a barely there concealer. So again, beautiful, and gives you that really glowy, dewy look. Even if you do set it, it's still kind of like is very hydrating once it sets throughout the day. I feel like once makeup kind of molds into your skin and you're wearing it for a few hours, your natural oils kind of start absorbing it and stuff, or seeping through, and it definitely like melds together. I love that product so much. And it's so funny because when I first tried it, I didn't think I would love it that much, but I had a lighter shade, and once I got that one, I just used it for months straight, and then now I kind of dabble back and forth, but I always go back to it. If you are looking for a setting powder that doesn't kind of mattify your whole face, this one is the one for you. And the reasoning is this is called their Halo Glow setting powder from e.l.f. This has like, I don't want to say shimmer because it's not shimmer. It's like, oh my gosh, it's the most subtle glow. I have a full review of this and I'm like literally almost out of it. I need to pick up a new one. But this one is in the shade Light. They have multiple different shades of this. Let me see if you can see on the hand, on my hand here. But it's like right here. You can obviously hardly tell because it's translucent powder, but it just gives off a subtle little glow on it. So even if you apply it with a brush, a sponge, whatever, underneath the eyes, all over the face, it gives you a nice glow to the face while also setting your makeup so it lasts all day. That's one of my pet peeves, is like when my makeup looks super duper flat. That's why obviously highlight is a thing and everything when I do set it. But again, especially when it gets warmer and like humid and stuff, I do get more oily. So I do have to set everything. And also, if you want your makeup to last, I would highly recommend setting your makeup because it will help it last more throughout the day. Because you're not like, if everyone touches their face, and so you're not going to be like rubbing off the product. Does that make sense? So the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder is one of my favorites, especially when I want something to set my makeup but also keep it looking nice and glowy. So this is a must from me. Okay, now bronzer. I haven't dabbled in too many glowy bronzers because usually when I'm breaking out, I break out right around where I would put my bronzer. So like right around here, especially when I had cystic acne. Now, obviously stuff is way more under control. I still get breakouts and stuff, but I now really like dabbling into a more glowy bronzer. So this one from Milani is one of the best. They have some of the best like bronzers and blushes in my opinion. This Milani Baked Bronzer in Dolce is so beautiful. It's more of a, I won't say orange, but it's definitely a warm shade. So I have it on my face right now, and I will say if you're super duper fair, it would look a little bit warm on you. This is just beautiful though because it gives you a subtleness of like, obviously I have highlight on, but like it gives you a little bit of like a golden glow as well as you put it on. See how it just has little specks of like golden highlight in it? It is beautiful, and I do think it just like kind of is a nice wash of color all over the face. Looks great, especially in the summer months and everything. if you're looking for a glowy bronzer, I would definitely recommend checking out the Milani Baked ones. Okay, again, I said Milani blushes are some of the best. Luminoso is another glowy, beautiful blush, any of their baked blushes. But I wanted to highlight this one because I feel like no one talks about these blushes as much. They always talk about the Milani baked blushes for good reason. But, okay, sorry, I got a text. So they always talk about Milani, like I say they, like influencers and people on YouTube and stuff always talk about Milani baked blushes for good reason, but I want to highlight this one from Milani. This is the Color Harmony Blush Palette in Berry Rays. The reason I love this is because it has a very, very, very subtle highlight here, and then obviously all these other colors as well. So when you swirl it around, you get the most beautiful glow on the cheeks. I put this on my mom a while ago, and it just looks so beautiful on her cheeks without even adding a highlight on top. It just was like a nice glow and flush from within. So this is one of my go-tos when I want like a nice like flush but with a nice glow to it as well. So again, beautiful in the spring and summer. Okay, so now when we're talking glow, I figured I might as well share like my highlights that are be mean but also look beautiful on the face. They don't look like accentuate a bunch of texture and stuff. So right now I have on this CoverGirl one. Look how freaking beautiful this is. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner Hyper Glow. This is such a long name. And Pearl Crush. It's my absolute favorite color from them. It's like a champagne color. It's kind of white when it reflects, but then it's a goldeny champagne without being too deep. So obviously I can wear it when I'm fair. This, you literally need like a tap of the brush and tap it off on the edge so you get excess off, and you just put it on and it gives you this stunning glow. I use this in the inner corner, brow bone, above like the brow, and on the nose, like everywhere I would put highlight. This is one of my go-tos, and again, it just looks really flawless on the skin, doesn't look chunky or anything, and I love this because it also doesn't look powdery on the face. This is so beautiful, you guys. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter, and so this is a little tricky to use because you need literally the tiniest bit. As you can see, it's like almost looks like jello in here. So it's called the Jelly Highlight, and look at how freaking beautiful on here. This is more of a pinky highlight. Look at how stunning that is. But when you blend it on the cheeks in the inner corner, you could even use this on the lid as well, like the eyelid. Oh, it's so stunning. And again, it just blends in with the face. Doesn't look super shimmery or anything. And it just kind of looks like you're glowing from within. So I love, love, love this highlight. Again, it's a little tricky to use. You do have to blend it very quickly because it does set down really quickly. But also, that's great because then when you're wearing it, it's not gonna like slide around or anything. It's just gonna stay put. Now, I'm also wearing this today. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Radiant Setting Spray. I don't know if I've really ever talked about this. I've maybe mentioned it when I've done a tutorial, but this is such a good setting spray from the drugstore, obviously from Neutrogena. I got this about a year ago when I was going on a cruise because I wanted something to kind of like melt my makeup after I set it. So obviously if you put powders on top of your face, they can kind of tend to set on top of the skin. And so that's why a setting spray is really great, but I wanted something more dewy because my skin was feeling, you know, a little bit dry and stuff from, I think it was acne medication back then. This is such a good one. It is dewy, but it's not like crazy dewy if you don't overdo the sprays. It just makes your skin look really great, and it is a setting spray, so it will help your makeup last throughout the day as well, which again is great in the warmer months when it is humid and your makeup can tend to kind of like slide around a little bit. All right, now last but not least, we're going to talk about lips. So when I think of glowy lips, obviously I always think of glosses, and two of these I've talked about kind of nonstop whenever I talk about lip products because they're just some of the best ones from the drugstore. So the first is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. I love any lip product that has champagne in it, I feel like, is one of my favorites. Okay. here's what it looks like. It's just a nice peachy gloss with a little bit of shimmer in it. It will plump up the lips, and it just looks so glossy on the lips, making them look nice and juicy. This next one has a little bit more pigment to it, but it's along the same lines of color. It's just like a little bit deeper. As you can see, this one is from Milani. This is their Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in Champagne. So that's what this one looks like. Again, it has very, very slight shimmers in it, but the e.l.f. one definitely has a little bit more and reflects gold, where these ones as well have gold little flakes in it, but it is a little less pronounced, if that makes sense. Like, there's not as many in it. And this one doesn't have any shimmer, but I wanted to say it because I'm wearing it right now, and I think it gives the most juicy, plumped lip look ever. So this is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and it has hyaluronic acid in it. These two are plumping ones, so if you don't like that, I would stay away from it. It just gives a little bit of a tingle, where this one doesn't have that. It's just hyaluronic acid, which again kind of plumps up your lips because it draws moisture in from the air. And then this one, it's funny, they get a little bit darker and more pigmented as we go, but they're all along the same lines of color. So this is the Maybelline one. They have obviously other colors of all of these glosses, but I just think that one is stunning. Anyway, that is it for all of the glowy makeup products that I love. I mean, I'm sure there's others, but I wanted to try and condense it down to about 1 or 2, maybe 3 for lips, because I love lip glosses per category, so that you guys could run to the drugstore hopefully and pick these up. Of course, I will have all of these linked in the description box. It'll take you to a blog post where all of this stuff is laid out for you guys, so you can shop it if you are curious. And that is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in a video very, very soon. Bye, guys.